My name is William Gladstone. I'm a Harvard University-trained medical anthropologist and an author. As a young man, I had the privilege of serving as the researcher for Rod Serling's television documentary, In Search of Ancient Mysteries. I traveled the globe searching for ancient mysteries, finding answers. In my entire life, I have never explored a mystery more enigmatic, more puzzling, and more profound than the soul-healing miracles of Dr. and Master Sha. Now, for the first time ever on television, you will see actual soul-healing miracles performed before your very eyes. Be prepared to be amazed and be prepared to discover the dimension of your own soul. Dr. and Master Sha was trained in China as a medical doctor. He was also from the age of 6 a student of Tai Chi, Qigong, acupuncture, and many other traditional Chinese energy practices. Dr. and Master Sha has received accolades for his humanitarian services, including the Martin Luther King Jr. Commemorative Commission Award. He has written 10 New York Times best-selling books, including 4 that were #1. Dr. and Master Sha's mission is to teach you to do soul-healing miracles so that you can live a healthier and happier life. Dr. and Master Sha's ultimate dream is to raise the consciousness of all 7 billion people on planet Earth to ensure a healthy and happy planet for generations to come. This program is likely to change your life. You will be taught specific exercises which may immediately benefit you. Watch and listen. Hello, my name is William Gladstone. I'm a medical anthropologist and an author, and I'm pleased and privileged to serve as host for Soul Healing Miracles with Dr. and Master Sha. Dr. Sha, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Steve. In this series, I'm delighted to share with each of you how to self-heal addiction and depression and many symptoms and signs caused by addiction. This ancient, sacred wisdom, knowledge, especially special techniques, will serve millions of people because millions of people have this issue. Let me serve you.
Hi, I'm Leigh Steinberg, and for the last 40 years I've been privileged to work with a large group of professional athletes who serve as role models by retracing their roots to the high school, collegiate, and professional communities and setting up community and charitable programs. I'm in my 5th year of recovery from alcohol abuse myself, so it's my privilege today to introduce you to Stephen Pointer, who's a recovering alcoholic and drug abuser. And Stephen?
Hi, Lee.
How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
So, you come from Colorado?
Yeah, I come from Fort Collins, Colorado. It's where I've lived for the majority of my life. I went to high school in Colorado and I've grown up there.
So I understand you were a large person when you were young.
Yeah, well, I mean, naturally, I'm a big guy. You know, I'm tall, and I used to be a football player. And when I was young, I really developed an addiction to eating. When I was 13 years old, I weighed 320 pounds, and I weigh about 270 now. So that gives you kind of an idea.
Did you get teased for that?
You know, I did, but mostly it was my own self-thinking that was abusive. I was very critical and judgmental of myself. You know, I saw other kids running and playing and doing things that I really couldn't do and I didn't feel comfortable with. And I did get teased occasionally, and I took it pretty personal. And when you're growing up, you know, I'm already a bigger person, and then to add the weight on top of it, it really cut my self-esteem very low. I had no self-esteem or really very low self-worth.
So when did you really start feeling depression?
You know, I would probably say when I was between 10 and 12 years old. I don't really know specifically in that time frame. I do remember getting to a point in my life where I was feeling very, I guess, like an outsider, very sad about who I was, wishing I was somebody that wasn't this heavy-set kind of loser is really how I looked at myself. And there was even a point in that 10 to 12-year-old range where I was having suicidal thoughts. At one point I even had a loaded gun, and that's when I was really in a lot of suffering, and I could see it within my family, and I was really taking it on personally. And that's when my depression really, as far as I can remember, was a huge part of my life, was really taking over my life at that point.
Did you end up looking for something to dull the pain?
Well, there was food, was a big one. Also, television. I didn't really do a whole lot until I got into high school. I started branching out. I would eat quite frequently. That's how I gained so much weight. In a span of about 5 years, I probably gained about 150 pounds. And when you're growing up as a young person, you know, 9 to 13, that's a lot of weight to put on in that short amount of time.
Did you get therapy or help for it?
I didn't get any psychological or therapy at that time. I was fortunate enough to get to where I went to high school in Colorado, and I was fortunate enough to have one of my coaches who really helped kind of mentor me, and he took me on and was talking to me when I started playing football. And when I was 13, he asked me, "Do you want to weigh this much as a teenager?" You know, and it just was kind of one of those moments in life I won't ever forget, because it really made me go, "Oh, no, I really don't want to weigh this much. This is a really big problem."
So when was it that you turned to alcohol?
Actually, it was shortly after that. I was about 15 years old. First time, you know, I had experienced going to a party, which is very common, I think, in a lot of teenage years, you know, to kind of branch out. And in the small town where I was from, it was a pretty popular thing to do, to go drinking with your buddies, to, you know, go have parties. It was pretty easy to do out in the country where we lived. There wasn't a lot of police force or anything else, so we felt very free to do that kind of thing. And when I was 15, I started trying drinking, and then I started trying smoking pot a little bit. Wasn't anything that was that bad at the time. And then about 2 years later, when I was 17, I really started drinking quite frequently. I would have people over to my house every Friday night when my dad wasn't there. He was either out working or doing things, and so I always had little parties at my own house, and it became very common through my last 2 years of high school, where everybody just knew, "Hey, we're going to Steve's house, it's Friday night, there's going to be nobody there."
Did you have consequences? Did you have blackouts?
At that time, that was when I first started experiencing blackouts. To experience the state where, you know, I would wake up and have no idea what had happened. And it was becoming more frequent towards the end of my high school year that I would drink to the point of blacking out. And, you know, there were times where I probably could have gone to the hospital because I was, you know, vomiting and so beyond the point of just being drunk, I was just incoherent. And the first time that I had truly blacked out, I had drinking so much that I had thrown up and become seriously ill. And it took me about 3 days to recover from that. But I was still drinking, and it was still the experience where there was, you know, a lot of roughhousing with my group of buddies. And at one point I even dislocated my collarbone and had no clue how that really happened until the next day when I had to talk to someone. I'm like, "Hey, my shoulder really hurts. I feel like my collarbone's broken. What happened?" And they were telling me, you know, some of the embarrassing stories that happened, and I was really embarrassed afterwards, and I was just like, wow, I can't believe I did that. And, you know, now here I am causing more suffering to myself because now I'm injured, and I was in serious pain.
So, Stephen, did you try other things like AA?
I started trying AA when I was into college. I was actually just before I turned 22 was when I really became aware that my drinking and using was a serious problem. And then I went to AA for, I think, about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, somewhere in there. And I did, I was going 2, 3, 4 times a week to the AA meetings, and then I fell off the wagon after that. And I still remember it was just one beer, and then I didn't go back to AA for a long time, and just was right back into where I was.
So how did you encounter Master Sha?
Well, Master Sha, I really had no idea what his teachings were or anything about him. I was interested in learning more about meditation techniques. I had grown up in martial arts, and at that point in my life I was really starting to explore more spirituality. I was involved in a group, a spiritual council group, and I'd asked my aunt, who's also my spiritual mentor, can you help me find some more meditation? I'm really interested in this. I think it would be something that could really help me. And so she said, okay, well, yeah, I have an idea. Come down to this introductory night with me. This guy, Master Sha, is teaching about finding your true love. And I was like, okay, well, I might go. I have a concert I'm supposed to go to. And she's, a very loving aunt. She's like, go to a concert, find your true love. Go to a concert, find your true love. I'm like, I'll just go. I'll quit arguing. And we went to that introductory night with Master Sha down in Boulder, Colorado. And I literally had no idea what to expect, what was going to happen. I just wanted to try meditation. My aunt said, try this, and so I was in. And that first night I really connected with a lot of the things he was saying and teaching, and I thought there was something there, so I ended up staying for the whole weekend.
So when did his teachings start to impact you?
It took a while, actually. I was interested in the idea of, karma and the things he shares with that. And I had started after that first workshop I did with Master Sha to really try the forgiveness practice. I didn't try it very often. As Master Sha shares, to, heal or transform chronic conditions, you need to practice for 2 hours or more per day. I was maybe doing 2 hours a week, if that. And I was still using very heavily, especially drinking had gone kind of back up, and I was smoking marijuana continuously, every day. And it was about, I'd say about 4 months after that first introduction with Master Sha, I had another experience from drinking that was really hard for me. It was really embarrassing. I had actually called one of my family members. I was blackout drunk. I had said some really horrendous things, and I had actually heard the message played back, and it just kind of broke my heart. I had left this message to my sister, and she's always been very loving and very giving. And that's when I kind of knew something had to change again. And so I had decided it was time to get serious about this Master Sha teaching. And I started getting more serious about the practices. And then in April of 2013, he was coming back to Boulder for another workshop, and I decided to go again. In that workshop was the first time I'd ever had a real spiritual experience or meditation experience that just really touched and moved my heart. I'd never experienced anything like that before.
Have you used marijuana or alcohol since?
No, when Master Sha did the karma cleansing, he used me as a demo for a healing. He did the Soul, Mind, Body, Science Healing and Transmission System, which had karma cleansing. And that was April 10th, 2013. I remember very clearly because I still have the recording he put in my phone, and I listen to it very often, and I haven't touched it since.
Yeah, yesterday was a huge blessing in my life. And, as Master Sha said, millions of people suffer from addiction, and heaven has literally saved my life. Heaven has brought me to Master Sha. Heaven has given me so many gifts of life. 3 days ago, Master Sha gave me the divine download for the Soul, Mind, Body, Science Healing and Transmission System for my drug addictions.
Prepare
if you know anything about addicts, there's no cure for addiction.
Transmission.
There's always part of you that has cravings, and the only way to get past addictions is to transform it. And there are many good things, such as AA, NA, Narcotics Anonymous, any of that, and what you do transform the addiction. But what Master Sha gave me was, the divine, the Tao. It took away the addiction. It took away every part of it. It took away the craving for it. And before 3 days ago, there's always a little voice in the back of my head that always made me wonder if I could ever get past it and if I would ever be able to really get past it.
This is the way how to practice. Any moment you have the feeling, you will see, turn on soul, mind, body, science. See that? Turn on soul, mind, body, science. Healing and transmission system.
Healing and transmission system.
All the treasures.
All the treasures.
To heal and rejuvenate me. To stop drug addiction.
To stop drug addiction.
Nan-chan.
When I was receiving the transmission, I could just, I don't know. It was like holding your breath underwater for a long time, and right when you break the surface, you take in that breath of air. It felt like that. It felt like being alive again, to just not have the feeling of needing something that is so horrible and bad for me. It's so amazing to just not have that craving and to just feel divine love in its place and to just feel like myself for the first time in my life.
What is the work you do, the homework you do, to keep this going?
To keep the healing going, yeah. Really just doing any of the practices that Master Sha talks about is truly beneficial. The one that he gave me when he first did the healing, to turn on my treasure, the treasure of the soul, mind, body, science, healing and transmission system. I turn that on and I chant. I use a number of his practices. One of the most powerful and one of my most favorite practices that I've done is forgiveness practice, as well as the Love, Peace, Harmony soul song. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. As he teaches, it brings inner peace and inner joy. And it took a while for me to experience that, but now I find it just so calming, and it really takes a lot of my negative thinking and really just bad thoughts towards myself and judgments and criticisms, and I've really been able to just turn that off.
And how old are you now?
I'm 26.
And you got your whole life ahead of you.
Yep, finally.
Well, this is a good news story.
Thank you.
Yes. Master Sha, let me ask you about your wisdom in terms of soul healing and addiction. How you view this.
Good, thank you. So I would like to share with everybody, in ancient wisdom, depression, drug addiction, the blockage is here. So heart is here, at the center, we call message center, spiritual wisdom. We receive the message from heaven, from divine, from the source. So here is a blockage. So I teach soul healing. So when a person has a drug addiction, depression, anxiety, I can use my third eye, see inside, so black. Not only color is black, this is not the modern medicine. This is the spiritual way to find out. Not this the unpleasant things here, dark, gray, plus other things maybe not ready to really share everything here. But the spiritual founding, I said blockages. Therefore, remember, Steve said that I offer the karma cleansing. How do I offer? And let me do a demo, let you see how I offer the negative karma cleansing. I'm going to do a soul operation for Steve. Soul operation means divine light, the source light, the heaven light coming to clear the messy center. Spiritually open inside.
Miracles are normal. We have seen the evidence. We have heard the testimonials. Now all of the viewers are about to receive a spiritual blessing from Dr. and Master Sha. Sit up straight on a chair with your back free and clear. Place your hands on the area you wish to receive healing. Say hello and thank you to the inner soul of that body part, and put your mind on the area you wish to receive healing. Now chant and follow Dr. and Master Sha's instructions.
Watch my hands. This is the soul operation for all the viewers. This is spiritual service. How? Close your eyes. Soul operation start. Hey! Open inside, spiritually. I'm shaking. Soul operation, remove soul, mind, body blockages for one area of your body. Very short time, maybe 5 seconds more. How? I wish you feel something. Some people could have amazing healing result. Some people could feel nothing. My service. Be patient. See me next show. Let me continue serve you. Every show share the soul healing miracles. If soul healing miracle happen with so many people, give a try. Let me serve you more. Now, let me share with everybody. Steve, for such addiction issues, love, peace, harmony, soul song, divine give to me. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join the heart and the souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. Everybody think about it. The health issue, the relationship issue, working place. If we have a love, peace, and harmony, we will receive the healing. Everybody relax. The second healing, I will sing one time, 2 times. Steve and me sing together last time. Everybody continue the one area you need to healing. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join heart and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join heart and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. Steve, everybody join with me. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join heart and soul together, love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. Remember, this simple divine soul song create a miracle like him. There are 1,000, 100,000 miracles. There are millions of people in Mother Earth who chant this soul song now. Practice more. I wish you receive great result. See you next time. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for your wisdom and your teachings and this demonstration, Dr. Shah. And thank you, Leigh, for hosting this show. And Stephen, thank you so much for sharing your story. I personally use the forgiveness practice and the song. And though it seems unbelievable, they really do make you feel great. So if you're out there, I suggest you try them too. And please, tune in for future episodes of Soul Healing Miracles with Dr. and Master Shah.